I'm sure many of you have seen it already, but this is the iPhone 12 and it has an amazing camera. Video done. Not quite. I felt like it's a good idea to share my thoughts in a form of a video, but I did not want to call it a review because I'm a guy, normal guy, who switched from a very old generation, 5 generations ahead, from the iPhone 6s to the iPhone 12, and I feel like this phone is going to do the same, convince many people who are like me, who have an older device, to switch to a newer one. And I thought, let's share what are the biggest differences I felt since jumping from an older device to this one. Holy cameras. So we'll start with the obvious, obviously the cameras. The cameras have seen a huge difference, at least when I'm jumping from a very old device to this one. And as you can see, it does some really interesting contrast, HDR stuff. And keep in mind, when I'm showing you these photos, I haven't edited them at all. They're just point and shoot. And I feel like when Apple make these devices, even though some of the devices have the Pro designation next to the name, they are not really targeting this one specific niche market. It's not targeting the professionals. It's marketing everyone. And as you can know, as you can expect, Apple will sell one or two of these devices. So most of us will just use it as a point and shoot camera. You just take it out, camera app, shoot. And that's what I'm showing you right here. It seems to my eyes as a very capable camera, especially in situations where you have a lot of bright colors and the autofocus is very quick, everything seems seamless, and I thought, well, this is how it looks with photography. Let's try video. And in the video, I noticed something, that when you're shooting a video, it seems very shaky, but when you're done with the video, I think there is some processes that are going on in the background that eliminate these video shaking. And when I played it back, I was like, oh, it looks clear. So this phone actually shoots 4K, but I didn't bother shooting 4K because I don't have a 4K screen to see the 4K footage. So I decided to just opt in with scaling it down to 1080p. And then I switched the camera and I see this. And even the front-facing camera shoots HDR. All of the cameras shoot HDR. The wide camera, the ultra-wide, and also the front-facing camera, and it does really well as well. So I decided, let me try low light. And believe me, low light is where I've been blown away. I'm jumping from an iPhone 6s, so you can imagine how bad the photos were. And I'll just throw one for comparison's sake. This is an iPhone 6s picture in the dark, and this is an iPhone 12 picture in the dark. And you can see that the iPhone camera is, well, excelling. And, well, of course, you look at the photos, and I hope this is a close representation of what you can expect if you buy this phone. But that does not necessarily say that if you jump from an iPhone 11 to an iPhone 12 or an iPhone 10s or an iPhone 10 that you would see this difference. But I'm saying that for us normal people who don't have enough cash to just upgrade every year, well, we are expecting to see a massive performance jump if we jump 5 generations ahead, and this is exactly what I saw. Second thing is the size of the phone. In my unboxing video where I was shaking through the most of it, it was my first time unboxing, so, you know, be easy on me. I thought that the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 12 are very similar, but when you use that phone, that edge-to-edge screen, it really changes. It changes because you have so much more screen and the single-handed use is limited. I talked to some of my friends and they say you'll get used to it, but it's worth noting I've been using this device for a week and I noticed that I cannot easily use it with one hand. The iPhone 6s, iPhone 7, basically every iPhone since the iPhone 6 had that curved edge to it. And this phone is not the same. It takes the iPhone 5 and 5s design, the squared off, iPhone 4 as well. an iPhone 4S, and it implements it really well, where it's very grippy. If you hold this device, you're confident it's not gonna drop. My previous iPhone, which is sitting right there, rest in peace, old friend, is very slippery because of the curved edges, but still, because of that, this phone is not very comfortable to hold in a long period of time because, well, you see your hands are curved and this device is obviously not curved, so it's not a natural, fit to your hand, but it's very, very grippy. That contrast brings the grippiness to it. One other thing is to get used to is the raise to wake feature. I think in my unboxing video, every time I raise this device, it switched on. And one thing it took time to get used to is the lack of Touch ID. Especially when you're outside and you're wearing a mask, you're fully expecting your phone to work, but it always fails. So it just renders Face ID obsolete. There were some rumors that Apple were gonna implement that Touch ID inside some power button location or inside the screen, but that didn't happen. And the biggest thing, of course it's the biggest thing I felt, is the battery. This phone actually lasts. In my use, I've been using it for a week, so 100% battery. We'll revisit that in a couple months' time, maybe a year's time, maybe when I'm comparing it to a very, very, very futuristic iPhone. The battery life is actually very, very good. I end most days with 50% battery. Maybe that's because I'm stuck inside. I don't use cellular very much and it's my personal use. But I jumped from a phone where I need to charge that device for 5 times a day. And it's really interesting to finally see and use a device that's actually capable of surviving my day. My phone is still without a cover, but I have installed a screen protector on. I don't know when I'm gonna get a cover. I like how it looks, even though I thought I wouldn't like it. I really like it, so because I'm stuck at home, I don't think I'm gonna drop it, hopefully. And yeah, these are my thoughts. This device is really capable, but it doesn't mean that if you have a very recent device, it's gonna blow you away. But jumping from an older phone to a newer phone, definitely worth it. And that's my kinda review. Hope you enjoyed it and have a wonderful day.